All right, so I don't know if you can hear me, but I was having a little bit of a mic issue coming into this. I'm just gonna wait until somebody pops in here so that they can let me know if they can hear me. Um, let's see. Let's see. Can you hear me? Okay. So nobody's here yet. Um, I'm afraid that nobody can hear me right now, but okay. You know, whether anybody shows up or not right now, I wanted to point something out because yesterday I was getting really fired up. And, you know, for in the interest of people that want to come back and listen to this later, I wanted to, you know, just kind of start going on this. So I see one person checking in. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm struggling. I can't tell if anyone can hear me. I couldn't. I was having technical difficulties when I was trying to start it up. It seemed like my audio was not working. So let's see. Can you hear me? Okay. Well, anyways, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, or a thumbs down if you can't, or just tell me one way or the other in the chat. Um, anyways, sounds good. Okay, good. Okay, so Cody, I see that you showed up here. I appreciate you checking in. Dude, if I remember correctly, you were leaving me some awesome comments before, so I appreciate you and some of the stuff you were posting on there. So, and I'm always trying to stir up controversy, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about um, an issue that we're having right now in the world. We have well, so I'll just kind of speak for myself here because I have we just got a notification while there was a news um, our local news station said that our mayor is going to go ahead and mandate face masks starting 4th of July. So for one thing, I'm just going to tell you right now, if there's any kind of thought process that is legitimate about there being social engineering. So like social engineering meaning like they're you know trying to keep us down in a way. And then they're going to start mandating face masks on the 4th of July. Says Independence Day means nothing. So that's my interpretation of it. But with that said, I want to point out the oh yeah the HR thing. And it wasn't just HR that I talked to. I talked to the environmental health and safety manager at work because he was kind of the escalated level. I had to kind of go up the chain. And well, come to find out, he and I had a lot in common. He had a lot in common with everything I was saying to him. And I made this documentary about face masks, and I sent it to him because he wanted to hear more about what I had to say. And so I counted that meeting as a win. Um, we ended up, kind of, my little guy is being crazy. So, anyways, so the reason I started the stream today is I wanted to talk about my mayor over in Boise, Idaho. They were mandating face masks now, starting tomorrow. So, and tomorrow being 4th of July, and Independence Day means nothing if we don't have freedom. So let me pull my son out of his chair here. Woo! Okay, get that zucchini. So, anyways, I wanted to bring up why they decided that it was a necessary mandate, and I'm also going to test out my skills on StreamYard when it comes to seeing what I'm capable of doing. So let me see if I can share my screen. Let's see. Post a comment. No. I don't think I can screen share on this, so I'll just tell you. So you're probably going to end up running into this as well, because Goldman Sachs put out an article that talked about economists have come together and basically decided that to crunch the math and what it might look like for the GDP if people don't wear their face masks. So what they're suggesting is they're going with the assumption that face masks actually work, and if people don't wear the face masks and they end up, they have this percentage on how likely it is that people will get COVID if they don't wear a face mask, and what that could do to the economy or the GDP. Now, the thing about that is the mayor basically cited Goldman Sachs as this reputable source, but the reality, they never addressed the science or the medical aspects of face masks. All they did was really cite that Goldman Sachs pointed out what it might look like for the GDP if they end up, not implementing mandatory face masks. So basically, they're pushing this agenda to, mandate face masks, and they're just going to try to scare tactic people into submission. And I was trying to read further into this article that they were saying it is a misdemeanor if you don't wear your face mask in public, but it's not necessarily going to be enforced. They're going to be more just interested in social engineering. They didn't use those words, but that's basically what they were saying, is that they're going to tell people, like, if you don't wear your face mask, they're going to publicly scorn you or something. And I think they're trying to pin people against each other, as far as they're trying to get people to, like, publicly scorn you if you don't wear a face mask. And the interesting thing to me about this is I have presented the science behind face masks and how it can actually harm you. You can actually literally be oxygen deprived, and it could make you sick. If you have respiratory issues already, like chronic bronchitis or anything that might be related to a heart condition or asthma or anything like that, it could exacerbate the problem. And they are completely ignoring that as far as, this Goldman Sachs thing. Now, all these sources, like Forbes magazine, CNN, Fox News, all the different outlets that we consider mainstream media are like promoting this, like look at this reputable source. These economists, experts can prove that if you don't wear a face mask, that it's your fault that the economy is going to crash. It's your fault. So so if the economy does crash, and they already anticipate that there's going to be riots and protesting and whatnot, that it goes along with this probably, which I actually considered protesting, but I don't think my wife supports that, and I don't want to rock the boat. But this is my version of protesting. I'll speak it out on my little social media platform. So, anyways, I don't know. What do you think of face masks? I mean, if you haven't seen my documentary, I don't think that a lot of people are even aware of a lot of the stuff I've been, sharing with people. I mean, they're wishy-washy. CDC and World Health Organization are not reputable sources to me because they are wishy-washy. They will say one thing and turn around and say the opposite thing 3 months later, and it's all based on popularity, or it's all based on a committee organized decision. And it's not about science anymore. It's not about medical evidence, but it's actually about it's about consensus view. So I'm kind of frustrated with that, more so now because it's happening in my city now. And now, granted, I can go to the city next door where they didn't implement it, but I can tell you right now, Boise is like the main, hub of Idaho. And if they do it, of course they're probably going to do it in the other cities. It's like poop rolls downhill. So, so with that said, I mean, if you haven't looked into it, look up the Goldman Sachs, article or whatever they, study. And I wanted to kind of, I'll probably make a better, more interesting video that kind of cites the information, but I just wanted to point that out right now. And if anybody has any thoughts or whatever, leave a message in the comments. But I'm just going to cut it short. I mean, honestly, that's all I had to offer right now. I wanted to be able to share on StreamYard here, but I don't think it's going to give me that option. Let me see. Let me double check here. Layout settings. Broadcast info? No. General? No. Sorry, I'm just going to check some of the options that I have here. Banners. Brand. Nope. Yeah, I don't really see any options as far as okay, Cody, you say I think the mask is more like the mark. Can't buy or sell without most places. It's about control and showing allegiance, in my opinion. So let me touch on that real quick. I'm in agreement with you because I feel like the mask is a symbol of control. In fact, I saw a picture where it shows this is like a drawing of someone's face with a hand over it, but the hand kind of turns into a face mask. And what they're suggesting is they're trying to shut people up. They don't want people to talk anymore. They just want to control people now. And this is a symbol. And if anybody's ever done the research, they'll see that our country operates from the esoteric, and they actually use symbology with a lot of stuff that they're doing. And this is just another symbol of what they're trying to do. And I'm not saying the COVID thing isn't real. I just had my guest Sean last night on my live stream, and that was the first time he's ever been on a live stream, and he's my coworker. And I made an agreement with him that I wasn't going to post or allow that to go to, you know, the live stream wasn't going to be published. In other words, it's actually it was in the process of uploading or processing the video, and I just put it on a private setting because I didn't want to, make him. Oh yeah, yeah. Check out that documentary. I really think it's a great compilation of the different information out there about face masks that's being suppressed. Yeah, I mean, this information is totally being suppressed. I'm being suppressed. I've had 5 videos deleted. I'm surprised that face mask video hasn't been deleted yet. And I think I'm going to get a lot more views today. If you like it and you think it's a legit video, I think you should share it on Facebook or something, if you're willing. And we need to get this information out there. If anything, even if it's not my video, you can post it other people's videos. Um, my wife doesn't like when I post videos like this on my Facebook because it shows her family kind of where I'm at, and she doesn't really. She agrees with me a lot of stuff, but her family is like far left, and they are all about this mainstream narrative. And um, anyways, oh yeah, so I was going to elaborate a little more on that Mark of the Beast thing. I actually feel. Oh, dude, Paul on the plane. I haven't, dude. I want to talk to you again, just so you know. And I have to cut this short. Um, I want to get together with you, Paul. My wife's probably reaching out to me, so I got to take this.